I can't believe I believed everything we had was less. So young and naive of me to think she was from your past. Silly of me to dream of one day having your kiss. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. I can't believe I fell for your schemes. I'm smarter than that. Dumb and naive to believe that with me you're a changed man. Foolish of me to compete when you cheat, well, who's winning? It took me some time, but now I moved on. Because I realize I got myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling, you say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me one day I would see it on my own. Next thing I know, I'm dealing with your 3 kids in my own. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. Now that it's over, stop calling me, come pick up your clothes. Ain't no need to front like you're still with me. All your homies know, even your very best friend tried to warn me on the low. Took me some time, but now I am strong. Because I realize I got myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Got me, myself, and I know that I would never disappoint myself. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. Yeah, you hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you'll see the sun come out again. Hey, I know that I would never disappoint myself. I'm crying. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. Hey, you hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you'll see the sun come out again. Myself, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend.
Tell me, fellas, have you seen her? It was about 5 minutes ago when I seen the hottest chick that a youngin' never seen before. I say, yo, tell the girls I wanna meet her. On second thought, that ain't the way to go. I gotta give her game proper, spit it so she get it. There she is, I gotta stop her. Or should I talk about a smile? Or what about a style? I'm out of time, she's out the door, I gotta go for mine. Or should I talk about a smile? Or what about a style? I'm out of time, she's out the door, I gotta go for mine. Have to go say yeah. Oh, yeah. And I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me want to say yeah. So you're trying to leave this. I said what I dance with you. How I love to keep you here with me, your baby. Now so they grab hold of my hand and let's pretend the flow was ours. You say you don't really dance. Just one quick step, one quick step. Now with the music is moving too fast. Now my head a little tired. Don't be afraid to move a little closer. Girl, there's something about you that makes me wanna say yeah. And I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me want to say yeah. So you're trying to leave this. How I love to keep you here with me, your baby. I think I'll say yeah. I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room, and I gotta admit.
Grown and sexy, but clean sometimes. That's what's up. We didn't say it was a family show, so there's that. Wait, are we
want.
with that? Well, this or that? Are we?
I don't know. We all over the place.
Had to come out of retirement. These knees they was snap, cracking, and popping, like a Rice Krispie. But we made it do what it do. But I did take a couple ibuprofens afterwards, though. All right.
With Big T, Shay, and Miss Amy.
CL Style.
It's your boy Red.
I'm loving the studio. Like, as soon as I walked in, I was like, this is it right here. I just got into my element. So I'm loving it. I just really enjoyed listening to Jamil. It was just a great conversation. I mean, this is good. I'm like, okay, this is. Maybe we'll see after today. We'll see how tonight pans out. Yeah. We'll see.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your homie Big T.
And I'm Shay Renee.
I'm Miss Amy.
And you are officially tapped in and tuned in to the hottest podcast that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and keeps our ears to the streets.
While you grind and shine.
Hey, so it's Friday, which means it's time for our brand spanking new episode of Buzz. And it's a very special episode.
I love that you almost caught yourself.
I know.
Every episode that we do is special.
It's special.
But this is an extra special one.
It's extra special because it is our season 3 finale.
Yeah.
So we have been, rocking and rolling with this thing since September, and you guys have been rocking and rolling with us. And we appreciate you. For everybody who tunes in every single week, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Sirius XM Radio, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, or wherever you stream your podcast. Thank y'all for tapping in.
Big appreciation, for real. Y'all been showing us love this season.
Most definitely. So we thank y'all so much for that. So not only is it our season 3 finale, but we're doing a hot topic today. If you haven't been paying attention to social media, y'all know that a big hot topic has been interracial dating. And so because of that, they had the NFL draft recently happened not too long ago. And, people had a lot of things to say about some of these NFL players that were getting drafted, about their girlfriends and stuff. They're not of the same color or ethnicity. And so, we just thought we would get down to the nitty gritty of this. And so we actually have an interracial couple who's married. They're going to come into the studio and we're going to ask them some questions. So we want to get some scoop on this.
Yes, let's get into it.
I'm
I'm
really
ready
excited about this. So, but before we do anything, how's everybody feeling on this Friday? We good?
I'm good now. I'm up. I'm good.
I'm great. It's sun's shining. It is a beautiful day out. It's Friday. It's summer.
I'm ready for the summer.
Yes.
Like, I'm tired of waking up taking kids to school, but so very soon. To a bed near me. Sleeping in.
Yeah, I've been out of school since last Friday. I've been sleeping pretty much all week, but I'm kind of tired of sleeping. Now I'm ready to it's time to get active just a little bit.
Lucky. I had to take 4 naps today, y'all.
4 naps.
4 naps is wild.
I know.
That's what
did you even wake up? Like, was it just like you woke up to go to the bathroom, then went back to bed?
No, I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, had to run and come back, take a nap, come back, take a nap, go to work, and take a nap at work. Like, it's just been crazy.
You did have a lot going on.
Yes.
Listen, I'm glad it's Friday.
That part.
Get into the weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
And guess what? We can't get into the weekend unless we do love talk.
For sure.
You feel that? And not only that, we can't start the weekend until I give you what's called Big T with the T. Yes. And this is where I give you all of the celebrity news and gossip that's going on because, they keep me with job security.
There's a lot going on.
It's always something going on.
I know.
There's always something going on with these celebrities. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get into the first story, which is, if you haven't heard of her name is Taylor Momsen. So Taylor Momsen, who's the front woman for the band Pretty Reckless, and she once was on the show Gossip Girl. If you watched that show before, she must be feeling, not too good because she got bitten by a bat on stage.
Oh,
yeah. So Taylor, by the way, our news comes from TMZ. Taylor, who came up as an actress on Gossip Girls and as Cindy Lou Who in How the Grinch Stole Christmas, was performing while opening for AC/DC in Spain when a wild bat flew down and bit her on the head. The singer didn't even realize what had happened until members of the audience started pointing at her leg where the bat had latched on. So the video is pretty wild. You can go on TMZ or online to find it. But Taylor's bandmates and crew soon surrounded her on stage, successfully removing the bat from her leg. Unfortunately for Taylor, her bat saga didn't end there. Later revealing on social media, she had to go to the hospital, and she wrote on IG, rabies shots for the next 2 weeks. Thanks to all the staff at the hospital who dubbed me Batgirl after seeing it on the local news.
It's not funny, but it's
Wow.
that's her bite. I'm assuming where the bat it latched right on there. That's terrifying. I am terrified of bats and wildlife flying at me and landing and biting and. But now that you said Cindy Lou Who, I get it. Like I could tell as soon as you said that, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But
yeah, so we hope that Taylor is recovering well. And, but yeah, that's
bats don't usually attack people though.
Yeah,
I don't know. That must have been probably a rabid bat, which is why she's got those shots. Yeah. Oof.
That's a scary situation. I hope she comes out okay. So
yeah, that's gonna put us in another pandemic. So
yeah, that's probably how it starts with Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy Lou Who. Yeah, so all right, and in other news, let's go ahead and talk about Ice Cube. Ice Cube is out here ruffling some feathers. So Ice Cube is reminding hip hop fans that his iconic No Vaseline diss packed more bang for his buck than any other rap diss track that has ever been out.
For sure.
He didn't just kill soloists, he annihilated an entire squad because he had a lot to say. So he was on stage Sunday night for California Roots Festival 24 with Dub C joining him, and they gave the crowd a piece of his mind about today's beef culture. He was specifically talking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. He goes on to say not only was he a co-headliner, but he also said that his rap beef did more numbers than Kendrick Lamar and, of course, Drake. I don't know how we feel about that. But the debut of No Vaseline infamously played out in the Oscar-nominated NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton and certified Cube as the best rapper on the planet at the time. A scenario similar to Kendra's recent events. Kendra's Not Like Us has over 200 million Spotify streams and over 60 million YouTube streams in just under a month, living at the top of fans' minds for probably the foreseeable future. But according to Ice Cube, he said that his diss track No Vaseline was way better than what's been out recently.
I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that happened back in the day is way better than what came out, honestly.
I mean, the Drake diss was from Kendrick was pretty dope. I can't even lie. Like,
it wasn't bad.
Like what Kendrick did right now, especially the Not Like Us that came out, like it's heard all over.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing in clubs.
I was just listening to it on the way here. I like that song.
And that's what I think that's what makes it so dope. It's like it's a diss track, but it sounds like something you can really just listen to.
Like people listen to it in the club and just play on the radio.
Right.
Yeah. And all the other Drake diss tracks, I don't hear them playing.
It's true. So I think maybe that say maybe Kendrick won. I feel like
I don't want to agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then I feel like with Ice Cube, I mean, I would say the No Vaseline diss track was definitely
it's a classic.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
But we probably won't say it's the best of all time. We'll say it's one of the best.
Maybe he felt threatened by the Drake Kendrick thing, and he had to just go out there and just be like, no.
So this is me. Putting himself in the beat.
Maybe he just felt a little threatened by the success that they might have.
Go ahead, Q. Get back in the booth.
For
yes.
Sure.
Show us.
I feel like it's definitely top 5 for me. So.
Well, speaking of Ice Cube, guess what? So Snoop Dogg's wife is starting a strip club called the Players Club.
Wait, why does that have to do with Ice Cube?
Because he produced a movie called Players
Club. Oh, okay.
Thank you. See, we just educated the white girl. I love that.
I appreciate that.
So Snoop Dogg's wife, Shantae, is injecting new energy into the LA nightlife scene with the grand opening of a new strip club geared towards all the big ballers. Sources close to the situation told TMZ that Shantae's company, Boss Lady Entertainment, is rolling out the blue carpet this week at the Players Club in downtown LA for a private party filled with their celebrity pals. Players will be coming from far and wide. Tiffany Haddish, Too Short, Big Boy, and Cedric the Entertainer will be in the building as DJ Drama and DJ Sky High Baby spin the beats. Snoop's Mount Westmore partner Ice Cube made the Players Club label famous with his 1998 debut film. And we're told Boss Lady is bringing the prestige to life. She wants the venue to be a roof for like-minded entrepreneurs and beautiful people to convene and party. So basically, she's creating a bougie ass strip club.
I love that.
I love that.
And honestly, look how well she's aging compared to him in that picture.
Yeah.
She's looking great. Yeah, I love that whole idea.
I need a ticket. Where is it located?
Great.
That's not like
I'm going. Okay.
Exclusive.
Yeah. Get us into the Players Club.
I'm there.
It's probably pretty exclusive. You probably have to have invite only, but
they just say big ballers.
Well, we better get on our big baller game. We'll tell them we charted on the Apple podcast, and that is big baller status. So.
Not everybody charts.
Not everybody charts, so we should go to the Players Club.
We should. I'm gonna find them. I've been finding celebrities.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I love that you have. I've slid into a couple.
Really?
I told you, like last season, I was sliding into DMs and nobody answered me, but one of these days. I'm not there yet. We're getting there. As soon as I go to the Players Club, we're gonna have all the exclusive interviews.
Household name soon.
Uh-huh.
So, all right. Well, that was Big T with the tea. Even though I got some tea, I'm still here first. So, before we get to anything else, I know we've been talking about summer, but what are some of your summer plans?
Sleeping in and vacation.
Why did I have a feeling sleeping was gonna be?
Like sleeping, I've never heard Shay talking.
I'm usually the life of the party. Yes. I'm just, this year has been very exhausting, but no, this summer I'm ready to turn up. I'm ready to have a wifey hot girl summer.
A wifey hot girl summer.
Yeah, that looks like going to Vegas with my man. That's where we're going next, and taking as many trips, and whatever happens, happens. So
what she said is she about to my man us to
well,
said yeah.
You know, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, what about you?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna do a little sleeping once I'm done with work. I am going to take my kids on a little family vacation, just because I feel like I'm at this stage now. I mean, my son's about to graduate from college, so he's graduating from college in August, and I feel like it's probably just gonna be like my daughter's starting high school, so we don't have a lot of time, I think, in the next couple of years. So I was like, let's just take one more family vacation, all of the kids, before life changes, because I just have a feeling like once she goes to high school, he graduates college, life's gonna look different. So I said, let's go to Florida, and my sister lives down there, so I get to go see her and my brother-in-law and niece.
I love it.
I do too. Yeah. We're going to a real pretty beach too. So
I love Florida because it's just things like not only just relaxing, but the people that are not.
No, not at all.
They take their time everywhere they go.
Everywhere they go.
It's always slow, and I love that.
Yes.
And when you go visit, it's a break from the city life. So.
Yes. I just can't drive there when people want to be slow, and I'm trying to not be slow.
Well, I was about to say, because you can say like we're gonna do lunch at 3, and you just leave the house at 3:30 still take your time. Yeah, we're like it's okay because it's Florida. But
their highways are different.
Yes,
very different,
and the traffic lights are very long, and
yeah,
it makes things. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see a nice view. I know it's going to be hot. It's like in the middle of July, so I know it's going to be hot, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it's going to be 100 degrees every day I'm in Vegas. So,
well, that'll be nice and toasty.
I'll be at the pool.
Yeah. I mean, they got some good pool. You can have a hot wifey summer in the pool parties.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Half naked. That's my style.
Half naked.
And other news,
well,
it's gonna be Vegas. Trust me. I'll have.
She's like nobody has clothes on in Vegas.
Yeah.
I really want to do more traveling. Last summer I kind of took the summer to do like a lot of self-care and mental health work and just kind of give back to me instead of giving back to kids and the community and all that stuff, whatever. Yeah. But this year, like I really want to travel. Like I feel like I've worked so hard.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Florida's definitely on that list.
Good.
Because I love going to like Tampa and Cape Coral and like all of that. Florida's the whole vibe, man.
You rave so big about Fort Myers. I definitely want to go back there with you. Like, definitely.
I can show you some snaps.
I'm sure. Fort Myers is fun. I've been there. That's Clearwater Beach is fun. I'm going more to like the Sarasota area, so it is going to be a slow, like older population. It's not necessarily where we're going is not. It's legit. It's a beach town, but there's definitely everything closes early because the last time I was down in this area, I was ready to go out and party, and all the bars were shut except for this Latin Cuban bar, which was cool. We stayed there and danced, but it was the only spot to go.
Well, I was gonna say because our Hispanic people, I love our Hispanics, but they party until the birds are chirping.
Yeah, and it was a late night.
I love our Hispanic.
Clearwater's got a good nightlife. We had a lot of good time there. That's a good nightlife. Tampa's got a great nightlife. So,
all right. Well, before we get into a commercial break, we have Miss Shay. Do you have our Shay with the
I sure do.
What gems are you dropping on us today?
Listen here, being that summer's coming up, it's gonna be simple. I got 3 rules for y'all: live free, laugh loudly, and love openly. Live free, do what makes you happy, laugh loudly, unapologetically, love openly. Love is love. Be free to do you no matter who doesn't like it. You're responsible for your own happiness. So this summer, go out and reclaim that, get to know yourself, do whatever makes you happy. And there it is.
I love that.
So that's what I got for y'all today.
Especially because I love the part where you just say, like, do you.
Do you?
Yes.
That's what summer's
make
about.
memories, you know.
Make memories.
Be around those who love you and who pour back into you, and you know, refill your cup this summer.
I'm gonna take all 3 of those rules. I think those are great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Laugh loudly.
I love when you can laugh and like crying like your stomach hurts. Like,
yes.
Yeah. I'm in my living unapologetically moment of my life. So forget who don't like me. You know, we'll get to that later though.
FYI. You know what? My advice too is if you need some help laughing, just go watch season 3 of Mud Talk, season 2, season 1. Just going through a lot of the old episodes. I mean, I was laughing loudly and unapologetically, and my stomach was hurting. There was a lot of good stuff.
We got 47 episodes worth.
That's a lot of laughing.
A lot of laughing.
And when you take those road trips or take that plane ride, remember to tune into it. So
facts, no cap.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and get into a commercial break. And when we come back, we have our lovely couple that's gonna come in and join us for our discussion about interracial dating, because we have a lot of questions. You got some questions?
I got some questions.
Ooh, we got some questions. So I can't wait to get into it. I'm ready for them to put them in the hot seat and spill some tea.
For sure.
All right, so let's go ahead, y'all. We're gonna get into our commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Love Talk.
Want to get the word out about your business or organization? Well, the Hottest Podcast now offers the hottest sponsorship packages, starting as low as $15. That's right, $15 will help you get your business and organization out to millions and millions of listeners heard around the world. So make sure you go to the official Mud Talk Facebook page and check out our sponsorship packages right now.
Mud Talk is the only show that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and keeping your ears to the streets while you grind and shine. Hosted by Big T, Shay Renee, Amy, and your boy Red. Be sure to tap into Mud Talk every single Friday, starting at 8 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. And catch us the next day, wherever you stream your podcast.
Do you want merch from the hottest podcast that's on your airwaves? Then make sure you head over to the Mud Talk Podcast Facebook page right now and click the merch link. Mud Talk has everything from sweatshirts, hoodies, hats, mugs, bags, and more. So make sure you go over to the official Mud Talk Podcast Facebook page and cop you some of the latest merch right now. And make sure you tune in to Mud Talk every Friday night, beginning at 8 p.m. on all streaming platforms, Facebook and YouTube.
What's good, y'all? We are back here on Mud Talk. Before we get into anything, we want to say shout out to our sponsors. First, we want to say shout out to Village Academy for always being the official sponsor of the Mud Talk show and for being the home of Mud Talk, as well as Black Lido. We also want to say shout out to Mr. DJ John Phenomena. I want to mess his name up. But shout out to DJ John Phenomena, man, for being a sponsor of today's show. If you don't know about DJ John Phenomena, he has been described as a pioneer and leading in hip hop and a turntablist with a great ear for sound and talent. With over 20 years in hip hop, DJ John Phenomena has stayed relevant from a Midwest club DJ to a global brand. DJ John Phenomenon's playlist, long mixes and song selections, seamless blends, and precise cuts and scratches give him the ability to control the energy of a crowd in order to create events and experiences like no other. So if you want DJ John Phenomenon to get your party turned up, make sure you look him up on Facebook under DJ John Phenomenon. It'll get you all the way together. And we also want to say shout out to Famous Frequency for also being the official sponsor of Mud Talk. You can check them out with their online radio show. Go on and check out Famous Frequency online. So shout out to all those amazing sponsors of the Mud Talk show.
For sure.
That's what's up. All right. So we told y'all that today we had a hot topic that we was going to discuss today. And we were talking about earlier within the news that the NFL draft, recently passed not too long ago. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say about some of the NFL players. Some of the girlfriends, were other races and ethnicities. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say on Twitter /X and Facebook and TikTok. And we said, you know what? We want to get down to the nitty gritty and really have this conversation and figure out, what the problem is, right? So we have two lovely, amazing people. One of them you already know. If you don't know, this is Tanae. She was part of Mud Talk season 1 and 2 with Tanae the bartender. What's up, Tanae?
Hey.
How you been?
Hey. Wonderful. I can't complain. Busy.
Yes, we have not seen you in a very long time.
So. I know. And I miss bartending. So when I get back, y'all got to have me back.
Yeah, for sure. We miss you.
And bring a drink with you.
Oh, no. I didn't bring one today because I'm not bartending.
I said, when you do.
Oh, you're right.
All right. And then next to her is Ashley, which is her amazing and awesome wife. And we love her so much. What's up, Ash? How are you today?
What's going on, guys?
We appreciate you for stopping by on Mud Talk.
For sure.
Y'all ready for our questions?
Yes.
Maybe. I think so. I don't know. It's time, so I don't know, man.
You got some questions?
I sure do.
All right.
Okay. So, before we get into any questions, why don't you guys tell our audience a little bit about you guys? How long y'all been together? Just a little.
That's all.
We've been together for 5 years, married for a little over 1. Met at a bar unconventionally, supposedly these days, got engaged and then got married recently, like I said.
I met her when I was on a date.
Well, there's that.
Somebody else, and he was weird, and I was trying to get out of talking to him. So I started talking to her, and then it just kind of like snowballed. And we fell into the lesbian relationship, and we're together all the time. And
we have a lot of mutual friends too. So yeah, a lot of mutual friends too. So.
That's juicy right there. You were on a date,
right?
And she rescued you, right?
She really did. Okay. It was horrible, and it was just like a match made in heaven.
But we basically like dipped out on the tab and everything too. So yeah.
Sorry, we got red moving around. Just go back. There we go. All right. So, what was your first impression of each other when you first met?
I'm cliche. My first thing when I thought about her was, I'm like, oh my God, her ass is fat in them fucking pants. Like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, she thick. And she real like, and her hair was longer. I mean, I like her hair now like this, but it was longer. And she just had like this swag about her that was like, okay, she thinks she the shit. And I was like,
I am the shit.
That's right.
I am the shit.
I want to see what she's talking about. But yeah, it was her ass for me the first time.
What about you, Ash?
Really, it was just the fact that she wasn't hesitant about having a conversation. That's so, again, unconventional, out of the norm, especially when we don't really know each other. We didn't really have any idea like who each other were. Like we had kind of just sort of like passed by and was like, oh, this is Tanae, my friend from whatever. I was like, oh, well, okay. Well, then she was randomly, like I said, in there by herself, like for the most part. This dude was just up and left her.
He did not leave.
He did too after.
Yeah, I think he.
We continued to have a conversation after.
But
he
at
left
that point, you weren't mad.
You're right.
I've had that happen before. I was on a date and he left. I was like, yeah. Thank you. So, what's your favorite thing about each other?
I think right now, because I think it changes with seasons, and I feel like couples in general, like. They go through like, oh, I love this about them. But I think as you change, like how you work together changes. So right now, what I really appreciate the most about her is like when I like today. I didn't even tell you this.
No.
Like today, we were texting. I'm like, oh my god, I did like overdid everything this weekend. Like I did. Like, I don't know, I had like 4 things back to back to back. And I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna get through all this. Like, I still gotta help this person, whatever, whatever. And she was like, okay, well, finish what you're doing and I'll take care of this for you. And then you can come back home. So, like, I love the balance of when she knows that I have a lot to carry, she's there for me to be like, okay, what do you need from me? And even if I don't give her something, she's like, okay, I'll do this for you. Because she knows, like, I don't want you to get overwhelmed because she know I get like really.
Because she does too much.
I do a lot. And I get overwhelmed. And she know when I get overwhelmed, like, okay, I need to step in, and I appreciate that.
Girl, you gotta stop overextending yourself.
I know. I'm learning that.
There you go.
She overextends.
Stop right there. There you go.
Yeah, I do.
Overextends me too. I love that about her though. Like she always is so giving, caring. Works 3 jobs, sees all these amazing people. I don't even know how she does it sometimes. Because it's crazy. It's nice though, man. You are very, very compassionate.
Aww.
I love it.
Is that one of the things that made you fall in love with her?
Yes.
Oh, that's very sweet.
That's
I
dope.
love that.
Aww.
She blushing. Yeah, love it.
It is, and I don't want to cry, but seriously, that's like the one thing, like the biggest thing that like made me fall in love with.
Love.
You took the words right out my mouth. Love it.
All right. My next question: have either of you ever been in an interracial relationship prior to meeting each other?
I have not. I've only really been in like 3 relationships for real, and the other 2 are very similar. It was like, I don't know, but she's the first white person I've actually dated. Yeah.
Relationship, no. With other races, as far as sexually wise, yes.
Yes. Okay. So with this, today you said that you had never been with anyone white. How is this experience different than the ones you may have had before?
Well, let me clarify. I've never been in a relationship with a white person before, so that's different from like maybe conversing with a white person here or there, like maybe a dating app or whatever. But with her, I think the biggest thing was like the culture change, not necessarily because she's white or whatever. I think the biggest culture shock for me was she's from a rural town in like a really, really small area in farmland, USA. So that was completely new to me. I am familiar with people that live in rural towns and are farmers growing up, but I wasn't like too invested enough to know all that. So like going to her parents' house for the first time, I'm like, where the fuck are you taking me? Like, where? These country roads, like, there's no street lights out here. Like, it's houses. No, the houses were like super far apart. Like, that was a huge culture shock for me because I'm a city girl, and like I think that was the most difficult for me.
This one over here is yes, a city girl for sure. She does not like any sort of animal, really, truly, other than her dog. Bugs, whatever it is, and that's where I'm from. Bugs, frogs, snakes, all sorts of stuff. Growing up, I used to go out and just go fishing with my grandparents and things like that. So, I mean, she says she's fished before, but she's never like touched a fish, held a fish, whatever, those kinds of things. So just that kind of aspect, we're like a complete opposite as far as those kinds of things go. But yeah, definitely.
So it wasn't just a culture shock, but also like just like geography wise, and just coming from different backgrounds.
Yeah, for sure.
So how would you say you adjusted to that?
I mean, that was just, I think it was natural. I think I still am adjusting to it. It wasn't hard. But I would say I did have to learn to adjust with like understanding how she communicates with her family sometimes, because there's like, she openly curses in front of her mom, and like the way they talk back and forth together, that was an adjustment for me. I mean, I feel like even for her, because she even still kind of calls my mom like miss or like whatever. So my mom's very traditional in the form of, I don't care how old you are, I'm still your dog, like kind of thing. Like there's even older people than me that still call my mom like Miss Beverly. Yeah. So like I think that was the hardest adjustment for me because I still wanted to like say like Miss Sherry or whatever. And she's like, call me Sherry. And then when we got married, it was like, call me mom. So just like less formal, getting used to that was a change too for me.
I don't say Black community, you better use Mr.
Yes, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Off the tree.
For real.
That is a huge difference as far as I think for me, even too. Like I always, even my teachers, like after like graduating from high school, I still always Mr., Mrs., whatever else, and they'd be like, "No, call me by." And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. So it wasn't like a huge issue as far as like calling her mom Miss Beverly. Yeah. It was just getting into, I knew her first name was Beverly, but just remembering sometimes be like, she's on the phone, call her Miss Beverly. Like, you know, so that's the only thing really as far as that goes. But I was so used to still using, but I also grew up with my grandmother and things like that. So we didn't get away with calling them by their first names.
Right.
Right. Okay. So being that you guys are in a racial couple, what's the biggest obstacle you guys have faced when it comes to other people being comfortable with your relationship?
I think it's layers to it because obviously we're interracial, but we're lesbian, you know, like it's same-sex relationships. So
right. So on either side, like you can answer however you feel comfortable.
I mean, I guess it's like it depends on what environment you're in to know like how you're supposed to feel about stuff. Like I feel like I'm more conscious about like the sexuality portion of it because that kind of stuff I'm more so concerned about that because I feel like that's a bigger hot topic right now. I mean, I feel like interracial stuff is always going to be a hot topic. It's going to be a hot take, obviously, because the internet's talking about all the stuff that they see. Right. But like, I think it's an added layer when you're talking about sexuality because still people don't feel comfortable with seeing same-sex couples doing, you know, typical couple things.
Like you feel like interracial is more accepted than same-sex right
so,
now.
For sure.
I think interracial couples are more accepted than gay couples are, for sure. It's, and I don't think even for I know she feels a little bit differently, but I've been out a little bit longer than her. I've kind of taken a larger time to accept just myself, period. So she's still kind of working on it, things like that. Again, and you know, adjusting to her and her comfortability as far as that goes. Nothing that I haven't had to deal with in certain past relationships and things like that too. So, you know, the hand holding, I don't really care. So she's taller than me. I'm shorter than her. It's really hard sometimes to keep up with her. I got little legs. I'm like, go ahead, babe. I'll catch up. We just, you know, you see if that light's green yet. You know, we can cross the street later together when I get back up there.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever experienced anyone who was negative about your relationship or
not to our favorite list?
That's the
we do. I think that's the other thing too. Like I said, we have a great group of friends, and we do play.
No, I was talking about they better play with us.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I think we do,
right?
Yeah, we do. But I think even in those instances, going like outside of our comfortable space that we have that we've built, I don't feel like they are going to just outright unless there's like super aggressive and wanting to basically make it known that I don't like you. Yeah. I don't like the way that you live your life, whether it be interracial or gay or bisexual or anything like that. Like I think that's
that's the key. It's your guys' life. So,
right.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what, and that's kind of the comeback too at that point. Like, I didn't ask you to join me.
Right.
But I also
so why are you bothering me?
But I think we're also really mindful about like where we're at, like, and how we move and stuff too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like I don't go well, especially from where I'm from. We've gone and sat next to each other. I've like grabbed her like shoulders, her hand, and things like that. But like we don't like sit there. And again, it doesn't matter where we're at. We're not gonna sit there and like make out in front of everybody and be like over each other because that's just not something that either one of us really.
Right. Yeah, I didn't like this.
Right. Yeah. That's just like as far as that goes, that's not something that I even feel comfortable doing.
Right.
Yeah. Out do it, and just even with just friends too. I'm like, I'm not gonna try, and we're not doing that. So I think that kind of like gives us the little bit of an out where we're not like getting those slanders and things like that, and people coming at us and wanting to say those kinds of things to us.
Okay.
What is the best thing about being in an interracial relationship, and what's the worst thing about being in a relationship?
Best and worst.
My food tastes really good.
Wait, you think yours is better than mine?
No, I'm saying the food that I eat that you make.
Oh yeah, because I know how to cook.
Ashley's like, I finally got some seasoning after all this years.
Now wait, I know how to use seasoning.
She do know how to cook. Her family know how to cook. The worst. I think when we get in arguments, though, we don't know how to argue the same. Like we argue different. Like you argue like a white person, I argue like a black person. So like, yeah,
I'm white.
Yeah, I don't know.
How am I supposed to argue different?
We just argue completely different, and I don't know like how to feel about that sometimes. Like when I think she kind of gets a little bit more sensitive when I'm like, if I know I'm talking to like one of my homegirls and say something like, or one of my like close black friends or whatever, and say something that might have been like, she might get offended by it a little bit. Like, why would you say it like that? And I'm just like, oh no, that's not my tone. That's just how we say it. That's how we say it. Like,
I've learned to adjust to that now a little bit more, but sometimes it's like, I think the worst thing is again, like the communication aspect, I don't know how to like say certain things to you as far as like, you know, what I don't know how you feel, so I don't know what to say to you.
Right.
That's the worst thing, really. Like I don't know how she feels, and vice versa. She doesn't know how I feel.
Like, cause I keep thinking about, there was this one time we went to Costco, and I think like but she just didn't understand this. So we went to the self-checkout, and this is the first time we went, and I just went, show my card and start going. But she was like, let me see your bag, like your picture. And I'm like, why? And I guess that was a new policy, but she was like, I need to see your back. But I saw her 2 other people just let them by. And I was just like, no, that was fucked up. Like, I was really hurt by it. And she didn't see that. And I had to explain to her later, like, yes, what you saw is not what I saw and how I felt. And I just needed her at that moment to be like, validate my feelings. And it took us some time to get, like, we went back to the house and we talked about it. And I'm like, because I was really hurt by that. Like, I was traumatized. Like, I just started going back to the self-checkout. Like, this happened a year and a half ago. Like, that really traumatized me. But she didn't see that. And it really hurt because I don't think she understood. She was like, they're just doing their job. And I'm like, but they weren't doing the job the same way across the board. So it just took for us to come back together and be like, look, this is what it was. And I called my sister about it and we talked, and she understood. She's like, girl, yeah, that happened to me too. And I was offended and I sent them something. And I was telling her how frustrated I was with Ashley. And she was like, well, you need to give her some grace because she doesn't have those experiences as you, but she's willing to understand those. So you need to explain that to her. So we did. It took us a while. Like, it took us about a day and a half to get through it because I was really hurt. And I did the silent treatment to her for a minute too. So she really couldn't understand what was going on. So she probably thought I was a bigger bitch than what I was, but I was hurt. And I didn't know, like, I just couldn't understand, like, why couldn't you see what I saw?
And even if I did, I still don't feel the same way because I don't have those same experiences as you do in the way that you do. So, I mean, because I probably had the same experience, but for me, I'm like, oh, here's my stuff. Like, fuck, here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, you asked me to give it to you, so here it is what it is. That's just how I've always been, like, because I don't think any differently about it. For you guys, it's different as far as like the way that you may be asked for something compared to the way that I'm asked for something.
Right.
So, I mean, that's for me, like, I was like, oh, okay, well, now I understand after we had that conversation, but I didn't see it that way.
And I wouldn't even look at it as like you gave her the silent treatment. It's more so you shut down to process your own feelings, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You needed that time, so that's understandable.
I wasn't mad. I was just trying to figure out what the hell was. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? What did I do?
Like, you
and not talk to me,
right?
But I'm like, it really. Then after the conversation, I was like, it wasn't me that you were mad at.
It was the situation.
Yeah. And processing like especially that kind of situation, processing that takes a while
Mhm.
because it is hurtful to
Yes.
something like that. And so it's not anything that you did. It just takes a while to process. Like, did that shit really just happen to me?
Right.
So you really question yourself a lot, and you have to process it. But then you also have to process like, okay, I'm ready to talk about this, but how do I vocalize this without coming off like an asshole to my spouse? But it's also a blessing too because you do have a spouse who's willing to understand that situation. There are some people in interracial relationships I've seen where like the wife and husband like, I don't see color. Sometimes in situations you gotta see color because there are people in this world who say they don't see color, but they really do. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes in those situations, like you do have to see color. Like, I'm sorry, but 2 white people just walk by me in Costco and you ain't ask for their receipt, but then you come to me and now you we need to process this and talk about it. So I definitely get that. Big facts.
For sure.
Yes. What you got?
They actually kind of touched on my question, the communication approach. So that was wonderful. But I do have another question. So in your relationship, or I'm sorry, marriage, excuse me. Let me put that in check. Are there any fears that you guys face?
Do you have any fears?
I mean,
I think I fear everything though, for real.
I don't know if it's a. I think it's a fear. It's just a struggle to have a relationship. Period. It doesn't matter if we're married or not.
Right.
Right.
Well, even though we're married, it's just as easy to get a divorce or break up the same way. I mean, it just takes a little bit longer because we're married.
Right.
Well, and it costs more money too.
That too.
Right.
You better go sleep on the couch.
Right. Listen, no, that's my thing too. And I don't think I have a fear about it because I'm right to the end for real because I feel like it's love, but it's also an investment. We got so much invested in this right now. We keep adding to it. I know that's not real diplomatic, but
I like
that. She's talking about doing all sorts of stuff to the house.
Yes, I'm like
once we start doing that, we ain't going
right. Because how does that put a house in half? You can't do that.
Well, one time on a Medea movie.
She figured that out real quick.
Not Mr. Perry.
You good with a chainsaw?
No, we ain't doing that.
She said she is.
I'm weak.
I'm an angry white woman.
Have you guys ever experienced pressure from your family and friends because you are in a relationship?
I'm gonna give that all to you.
No, I think my mom more. Well, no, she's gotten better. Like I said, the interracial thing really was not, or the lesbian thing trumped the interracial thing, honestly, because I just feel like they were like, what kind of foolishness kind of thing? Like, where did this come from? More than anything, because like she said, I came out later. But I do feel like any person I would have been in, something would have got critiqued because anybody else I was with was critiqued. Mm-hmm. So I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if it would have been different with my family. Well, maybe like not my mother and my sisters, but like my uncles and stuff, they probably would have been talking shit for real. Like the people I'm not the closest with, that I'm not too invested in how they perceive me or how they take me or whatever. They probably the ones that would have had the most shit to say, but everybody got family that got shit to say. It don't matter what.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you ever feel any pressure, for instance, like when you take your wife into a predominantly Black space or Black establishment? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever feel like, do people like side eye you or look at you, or do they just like kind of keep?
I enjoy doing it because sometimes, and I know this is real fucked up because I. No, but we've had this conversation before. But I took her to I forget the little place. This is it, this is it, and we went there because I wanted some chicken wings, and we was like, okay, we might as well get a drink while we eat up here. And I don't care. I want her to go in these uncomfortable like settings because I want her to know how it feels like to be in like places like that. And I think that's a horrible way to like try to teach somebody how like to make them empathetic. I'm not forcing her to be empathetic.
I'm not empathetic. But I've never not been in, what's that?
I wanted you to feel it.
You to I love you. You do realize that I went to I used to go to Detroit with some of the girls that I was going to college with. and they took me to some uncomfortable places. So again, I've been in uncomfortable places before. You just have a whole different aspect of wanting to take me to uncomfortable places, and you like to stare at me, and that makes me even more uncomfortable.
No, I don't like to stare at you. I like to force
what's going to happen with all these other people that are around.
I don't do that. No, what I will do, and I will own up to this. What I will do is make you do some blackety black ass shit, like jump your ass up and do the Tamia hustle with me.
Which she's really good at.
Which I will make you do that because there's been so many spaces that we've been like we even went to a party and some white people's like or some black people's like, oh, how she know this dance and we don't. Like I like to put her in uncomfortable situations. Exactly. If I know, especially if I know she can do it, like, oh yeah, we about to flex on them real quick. So like
let me have my white girl flexing y'all.
But yeah, I mean, she does fine. But I mean, you did feel some kind of way because you left there. And
there was a couple of girls in there that were side eyeing me and looking at me, and really and truthfully, I will tell you this: it wasn't that they made me uncomfortable because they were studs, and they were looking at me like I got this black girl over here, and they probably really and truthfully, they probably wanted her and was like, how does white girl get this?
I want my hands, girl. I'm basic.
Girl, you know
I'm basic.
You know black is beautiful.
I know it is beautiful, but it's my basic.
But that was what made me more uncomfortable as far as the situation itself. It wasn't that I felt uncomfortable there. It was the way that I felt like they were staring at me and like, why is this white girl in here with this black girl? And like, what's the deal? What's the situation?
So how do you normally handle that when you get in those type of situations?
I actually just went over. I'm like, is there food about done? Cause either that or I gotta step outside for a second. I usually just step outside. Then I step outside.
Yeah, you was like, we gotta go, so we left. I mean, after we paid, and was like, okay, it's time to go.
They didn't, nothing happened, nothing was crazy or anything like that, but it was just the way that.
Prime example, black reaction, white reaction. She like, it's time to go. My black is like, who the fuck is staring? Like, what's the problem? What's the problem? What's tea, sis? Like, she like, it's time to go. And I'm like, no, what's tea? What's up? Like, what did I do to you?
I mean,
I doing her different reactions.
I try not to fight, and I try not to ask I just saw a TikTok. White slang, black slang, like the way a white person says something, the way the black people say something. You see that too? It was the same thing, but just different words.
Mm.
I'm like, it's time to go. You like, what are we doing?
No, tonight, like, what's up?
What's up? Like, let's see.
No, it's time to go.
Jealousy can be ugly. I know that's right.
What color it comes.
Oh,
right,
right. For sure.
So, what question or what advice would you have for whether heterosexual or LGBTQ couples who are looking to date interracial? What advice would you have?
If that's what you love, just do it.
Right, living your truth honestly, because at the end of the day, the person you're with is the only person that really matters for real. How you feel, how they feel, that love that you have is the only one that matters. For real. Like, so live in your truth and do what you want and be prepared and get like a tough skin, because if you are somebody that has to deal with, or if you know that you're going to deal with it more, whatever the circumstance may be, just be prepared and I always like to tell people like prepare, predict, and like decide how you're going to do. So prepare. I'm sorry.
For training in there.
I know. I'm about to say this is the training's coming out. So be prepared for
Get ready for interracial training.
Yes. Like,
be ready to understand how to be an interracial couple.
So prepare, like predict how you think anything's going to happen for real. So predict if you have somebody in your family that you think is not going to enjoy it, predict how they're going to respond. And then like really like plan for how you're going to respond for that. Mm-hmm. And then like once you get in that situation, determine like, okay, what am I going to do after that? So if they responded in a way that you were like, oh, I didn't like that, or they responded in a way that you're like, I like that, how are you going to move on from here? Am I going to move on and keep being around them? Or if I'm going to like, okay, I need to step back and figure out my own lane. So
I don't think I could have ever prepared for the reaction that my grandmother had.
Oh, God.
But that's on another story. She's 85 and...
You might as well tell the story.
We want
tell the story.
What's the tea, sis?
What's the tea, sis?
So
who said that?
I told my mother first that we were dating, and I'm like, hey, I got somebody new that I'm dating, and things like that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna shock you, but you never know, whatever. I'm like, and she's like, oh, is it a man? I'm like, no, first and foremost, we're never doing that again. I go, but she is black. And my mom goes, oh, okay. So I guess my mom was in the car with my grandma. I don't know if it was later on in the week or what. And my mom had then started explaining to my grandma that I was dating a black girl. And my grandma says, I wonder how it tastes.
No, she said, I wonder if it tastes
different. It tastes different. I wonder if it tastes different. And I'm like,
okay, then, grandma.
Like, why?
Oh, grandma.
Why? To take it there.
So it's safe to assume grandma done tasted some in her day.
She may have. I don't, you know.
But why?
I really hope my mom
It was different. That's wild.
But I was like,
Asking Robert got 32 flavors for a reason.
Okay. And my mom, I don't know, my mom couldn't even put two words together after that came out of my mouth.
I would have had to pull over, like, wait a minute.
Right, wait a minute.
I wasn't in the car. I was like, let me out. I'm walking home. I'm here. I'm already.
Yeah,
I could not be in this car no more.
I got questions, Granny. Like, how many pussies have you tasted?
I still haven't to this day even brought this up to her. I just don't even know what to say to her.
Just show her this cooking show.
Right.
Oh God. Yeah, I did not want to relive that.
We didn't even tell nobody other than everybody else that knows now. But she's like, I am not showing my mother this clip. She'll be like, you talking about me, God.
Jenny Marie said, I did not expect that either.
Listen,
me still either. To this day, that's over 5 years ago. Almost now.
Wow.
Like out of all the things.
Wow.
That was the other thing that I thought. Like the other things that she could have said. It's like,
it could have been worse.
How tall is she? Like, is she cute? It like, Grandma, why does it taste different?
Honestly, I'm glad it was that good.
It
could have been a lot worse where we might not be together. I'd be like, you know what, I can't. This is a deal breaker.
I had to tell you too, and I didn't like hold back either. I was like, listen, my grandma said some off the wall shit,
and I was expecting to be like,
just don't.
Did she say some racist shit?
A little bit more seasoning.
I'm like, you say some racist shit.
No, thankfully.
Glory
on that thing.
I was like, I like to think it's probably sweet. Sure. Black to the berry.
They call that black girl magic.
Okay, period.
Listen.
Glitter. What does glitter taste like?
Ew,
Probably you.
Oh, no. I would love to taste like glitter.
I can taste that, thanks.
All right.
Your tongue would always be sparkly.
That'd be some shit. Like, what if after you did that, you did have some, like, oh,
that
you just got finished?
Dope. You know what? I need to get a genie and make that wish.
You gotta know first.
I want to pee sprinkles and sparkles.
Heart stars, Lucky Charms.
Oh,
yeah.
Goodness sakes.
That's funny. We sure do. Let's tap into it.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, we got a little game on the show we like to play called This or That. This is where Miss Shay gives you two options to choose from, and you either decide to get with this or get with that.
Period. And we about to jump right into it. So, iced tea or lemonade?
Lemonade.
I'm an iced tea type of girl.
I like lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you go to Chick-fil-A.
Now, yes. I don't even like lemonade, but Chick-fil-A, hands down, and Tom's has the best. They want. Yeah.
I just had Chick-fil-A for dinner.
I don't like that. I never had iced tea from there.
You gotta stop name dropping them sponsors.
Right.
Right.
Not this episode.
Show them. Sponsor us.
Sponsor now.
Right.
We drop your name all the time.
With pleasure.
Antonio Cleveland Sr. said iced tea with light ice.
Yes. That's it. That's my order every trip. Yes. Okay. Cook together or play a game together?
Play a game.
She don't ever let me help her cook. So let's play a game together.
She said,
no, it's supposed to be what you want. You ain't got to
I don't really want to cook with you though either.
Okay. Oh.
You be throwing some random ass shit together and be like, is that really gonna be
girl? And they always say it's good. So
it does. I'm not
struggle meals. That's what
But again, that's why I'm like, nah, I don't really want to cook with you because I'm like, dude, I don't want to see what you put in it before I eat it.
Because I can make something out of nothing.
I know that's right. That's that black girl magic.
I've been doing that for 4 years.
Yeah, listen.
Plus.
Man, listen.
Water park or beach?
Water park. I don't want to swim with animals.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Please don't get me started because I do not want to talk about my fear of getting bit by a dolphin.
You necessarily don't have to go in the water at the beach. You could just chill on the beach.
No.
She likes the pool.
She likes the water. Okay.
Pool water, stuff like
a
that.
dolphin is learning to get bit by
a shark,
a bat,
or a bat. Yeah.
I'm not concerned about sharks. I'm not gonna be that deep. I'm more concerned about dolphins.
What?
With the damn stingray.
Well, dolphins are super aggressive though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've seen some videos. Listen, it's like they throwing Viagra in the water for
That's what I'm saying. Listen, it's the thing.
That's one of my biggest fears. I don't want to be raped by a dolphin.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine having
another person like you?
Exactly. You're gonna have a mer baby. So like then you have to start thinking about like, okay, so where am I gonna put this baby in school? Like, am I gonna have to put it in like a water school? Is it gonna have like human? I'm telling you, don't get me going down that rabbit hole. I thought of it all. Like, is it gonna have fins or is it gonna have feet? Like, listen.
We got going to the next one, right?
All right, next question.
100 times.
Scenic drive or walk?
Drive.
Yeah, I like drives. You can go further and see more.
Yeah, I like it. I like a good road trip.
Yeah, road trip though, really together.
Not in a while.
You
can listen to music and like
every time I try to get her on a road trip, she always just got something else to do.
Oh, y'all got to go away for like the weekend or something. Just an hour, 2 hour. Yeah. Yep. I mean, 1 day, 2 days. I said an hour, 2 hours. I like to drive. Hour, 2 hour drive. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, kiss or touch?
I want to touch. I like touch better.
I like both. But the kiss is a little bit more intimate. I say kiss.
How about you, Si?
I'm a toucher.
Me too.
Yeah. Come on, let's get to the point. Like,
I like kissing, don't get me wrong.
Kiss too,
but after a while, if your top lip keep locking my nose and I can't breathe, baby, just rub my back.
You weren't specific about where we kissing.
That part too, because I mean,
we can kiss.
I'm a toucher.
Come on, let's get to all that.
I guess I need a kisser, huh? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, now you need a kiss too. You know, like you're like, hey, babe, bye, or like even just to get the mood going.
No, for sure.
Like, come on.
Right. All right, last question. Since I've been told to speed this up.
No, not you.
I'm just messing with you. Okay, role play or straight to the point?
It depends on how many drinks I've had.
I like role play. Is that
yeah, I say role play.
So what's your biggest fantasy?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
I need a fantasy from both of y'all.
So I don't know if it was so much a fantasy, but
we're not talking about me. Why would you do that?
Kalahari?
Yeah. Was the first time you put lingerie on for me.
Oh yeah.
And that was sexy as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was the.
I think what more of the thrill with that was it was somebody in the other room.
I mean, there was that too. There was somebody else in the other room.
I think that was more.
And then I had to cover with my hand.
I think it was.
So and I was like, I really hope that they're like passed out or even like just doing it themselves. It's out of hell right now, and I'm gonna feel so embarrassed in the morning.
I don't have a fantasy. Yeah, I do have a fantasy.
You do too. Come on.
Okay, I want to have a penis for a week, and I want to be the third person in a gangbang. That's my fantasy. It's definitely my fantasy.
Oh,
I can't do it.
Yes.
And then once you get a penis, I'm done. I'll see you later.
I only want it for like a month. Okay.
Well, I was saying a weekend.
No, it really is a month.
A month. Okay.
I think that's just because that's been my fixation for the past month. So, and that's like the biggest thing on there that I want to do.
You got a whole ass list.
I do. I have a very long
What
list.
about you, Ty? You not safe? Role
When did you ask me, actually?
role play or get straight to the point?
Role play.
Role play, yes.
No, now we want to hear it. What's your
office day?
Office?
Like
Okay.
on the
Please not at
in the
school.
gym.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't even have an office. Let's put that out there.
Right. I'm like, please not the school.
I don't even have an office.
Work with kids that wouldn't work.
No, we're talking like if I had like if we went like a business, like if I had like no, but if my business had like its own office building,
Clear the desk.
you feel me? And
Okay.
like that kind of shit.
I've done that
Windows
already.
open or windows closed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You kinky.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely like office. Like, come on, stop by the office. You know,
Mm-hmm.
let's go. I'm working late tonight. Stop by the office. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. That's how a lawsuit happens.
I didn't say who worked for me. I'm just saying, stop by the office. I'm working late. Just come.
Yeah, I've actually.
No problems in HR.
Right. Shay, don't leave us hanging.
I definitely role play. Yes, lead up to it. Give me it's better. I feel like it's always better that way. But if I had a fantasy, I would say like I'm still trying to do my balcony and beach. Like I need it. Yeah, I know it's cliche, but I feel like because I've done a lot. Like
looking over the beach. Are you on the beach? Because I don't know if I want to do the beach.
Both. I want to do it on the balcony and then on the beach. Like I don't know about the sandwich work. Yes, I definitely want to do
It
that.
doesn't matter how many towels you put down, you're still gonna get sand somewhere.
Somewhere.
What was I say? She was like, "Don't throw off your pH balance."
Well,
you got stand all in your cooler mouth.
Listen.
That's not comfortable. I bet that's not comfortable. I don't know.
You better get it
I'm
out.
not trying to find out either.
Some people got sand in there. Some people got glitter.
I know. You know what? Now you got me down the rabbit hole. So maybe glitter would. Oh man, we gotta find.
Oh no.
Okay, then these comments.
Yeah. So Antonio Spears said role play, spice that shit up. Don't nobody want no boring shit. And when today was talking about having a penis, Danny Marie said, wait, repeat again, sis.
Okay, I have a list. They're gonna have to bring me on because it's long, girl. But my favorite thing on that list is I want to have a penis and be the third person in the gangbang for sure.
Why the third person?
Because you can't be the first and you can't be the last because depending on how big the gangbang is, how loose is it gonna really be? The third one is like at that point, like the strokes they're probably tired, and by then the girl's like ready and it's like gonna have this explosive orgasm. So I want my penis to feel it.
So you really thought about
yes,
this? You
I'm
put a
trying
lot.
to tell you, I
Down the
so
rabbit hole.
much. It's horrible. But
Yeah, it's horrendous.
I would love
Every
to
time.
be in today's brain.
Oh my God, it's really chaotic.
I don't know if that's a good idea, Ty.
Marvel Lynette said, woo. Oh, shout out to Marvel Lynette. Was that our this or that?
That was it. That was it. They did
They
great.
did a good job. Let's give it up for Tanae and Ashley.
I'm not even like a little girl.
Yes.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in or tapping in with us over here. We still got more to show you. I'm going.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for coming by the show and educating the people on interracial marriages and dating and relationships. And like they said earlier, like love who the hell you want to love.
Yes.
So
love is love and love is
ain't
beautiful.
no wrong with having little cookies and cream.
A little chocolate and vanilla.
You feel me? Whichever way you want to swirl, that is your property.
Okay. We wish you guys love, happiness, and more so peace.
Yes.
So thank you guys for dropping in with us. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, shout out to Mud Talk.
Hey.
That's podcast alive.
You feel me? We ain't just local, we national.
There we go.
Right. Period.
Period.
Talk that
Oh
talk.
my soul.
What the kids say on the babies.
Yeah.
On the babies. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to a commercial break. When we come back, we are going to celebrate our season finale, season 3. We got some best moments that we're gonna take a look at, some bloopers, some hilarious moments. And it's my favorite part of the show. It's FYF Friday, so I cannot wait to get into that. If you have an FYF, go ahead and put it in the comments below because it's fucking Feelings Friday.
For sure.
We got a lot of feelings that we're going to say fuck to today.
Yeah.
We've been holding this in for about a good 3 episodes.
Woo.
So I got a lot of shit to get off my chest when we come back from this commercial break. So don't go nowhere, y'all. Keep it locked. We'll be right back here on
Want to get the word out about your business or organization? Well, the Hottest Podcast now offers the hottest sponsorship packages, starting as low as $15. That's right, $15 will help you get your business and organization out to millions and millions of listeners heard around the world. So make sure you go to the official Mud Talk Facebook page and check out our sponsorship packages right now.
Mud Talk is the only show that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and keeping your ears to the streets while you grind and shine. Hosted by Big T, Shay Renee, Amy, and your boy Red. Be sure to tap into Mud Talk every single Friday, starting at 8 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. And catch us the next day, wherever you stream your podcast.
Do you want merch from the hottest podcast that's on your airwaves? Then make sure you head over to the Mud Talk Podcast Facebook page right now and click the merch link. Mud Talk has everything from sweatshirts, hoodies, hats, mugs, bags, and more. So make sure you go over to the official Mud Talk Podcast Facebook page and cop you some of the latest merch right now. And make sure you tune in to Mud Talk every Friday night, beginning at 8 p.m. on all streaming platforms, Facebook and YouTube.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We are back here on Mud Talk. Before we do anything else, we want to say thank you to everybody who has been purchasing Mud Talk merch. You've been going on to our Instagram page and clicking the link tree, and also going on to Facebook as well. And y'all been doing the thing, and I love it. And we dropped some new merch.
We do. We have our spring and summer line.
Yeah,
so go get them.
Saw some tie-dye shirts on there, some bucket hats was on there.
Yes.
All kind of juicy good stuff.
Tank tops if you want to show off your guns.
We even got onesies for babies.
Yes, there's literally a onesie for babies on that Mud Talk merch page. Yes. So if you're about to have a baby, I need you to get just bring them home from the hospital in it.
Yes.
I feel like just the newborn pictures and everything, just Mud Talk.
Just make sure you invite us to the baby shower.
Yeah,
for baby shower meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I give good gifts.
Meatballs.
Ooh, I love baby shower meatballs.
I love baby shower everything. That food's always so good.
It's always good. Sometimes you got to take a plate to go.
Oh,
yeah.
So when you wake up after your nap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but shout out to everybody who's been buying merch. Shout out to everybody who's been tapping in with us since day one. Or even if you just started joining us for season 3. Man, it's been a hell of a ride, and I'm so thankful to have my Mud Talk crew here. We've been rocking and rolling with this thing for 3.5 years, and we're gonna keep this thing going. We got big things popping for season 4. So.
Yes.
But before we talk about season 4, let's talk about season 3. What was some of y'all favorite guests?
So I'm gonna start with you because we got some clips. So Big T, you tell us yours. Tell us your favorite episode and your favorite moment.
My favorite episode was definitely with B.
Okay. That was a great episode.
Guest. High energy, a lot of fun. He fit right in with us for the show, and he kept us laughing, man. I think probably my favorite. I think you'll probably see it in the video. We was talking about pork chops.
Yeah.
So y'all finally can understand.
You're gonna understand why people keep talking about pork chops. Why everybody thinks I want pork chops all the time.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and get into Big T's best moments of season 3. Let's go ahead and get into it.
You know what though? One thing I want to say to you guys before you go what you're going to, coming from radio and And, you know, a lot of people think that there's a very big difference between radio and podcasting, which I guess in some cases there are, but you guys' your setup, the way that you have your segments, the way that just everything about you guys' podcast, and I've been on a million of them, especially locally. This is like top tier, man. So I really want to tell you, like for real, like it's dope for you guys to really be elevating the way that you all are. I pay attention to everything, man. You guys make sure that the logo is, you know, visible. You make sure that you have the commercial, like the fact that everything is set up so properly. It shows that you guys take so much time and put so much effort into what it is you guys do, man. I think that's really, really, really dope, y'all, man. So this is definitely the podcast for people to tune into. You heard it from me first, and one thing you know about me, if Beverly don't approve it, don't use it, you can lose it. It just is what it is. A drop top chicken box. And I had the nerve to say, I'm a rapper. I can make sense out of everything. I still have not found this drop top chicken box that Ross pulled up in.
That's fine. I still don't know what "give me what you got for a pork chop" means.
No, it's no way out.
Oh, I know what that means.
Oh, you
you doing that for a pork chop?
Who doesn't want a pork chop?
That's
She just had a fucking feelings about this. Gotta aim higher.
No, especially the ones with the bones that are really thick.
Yeah, she said, I've never heard nobody respond like that. I know exactly what that means.
What type of pork chop was it, Amy? Was it grilled or fried?
Oh, grilled.
Bone in?
Yeah, bone in. Oh, okay. Got a bone in.
Got a
Kennedy said that's equivalent to $40 today.
Right.
Oh my god. Okay.
Give me what you got for. We really
wait. Give me what you got for a pork chop.
We let
back it up for me and made it dry. Make it hot boiling like a button.
Did. It's a pork chop.
That was that whole bar.
That's a great bar.
And that was a hit too.
Yeah, it was.
It was a hit. We let that slide.
And we was all outside, chicken headed and everything.
Oh.
Yep, you were for the pork chop.
For the pork chop.
See, I'm not wrong. People wanted that pork chop. Just saying.
I'm not wrong.
That's
I was impressed with Ty's ability to rap that little bit there.
Well, you know, clearly it's stuck in my head, and I still want answers. So
I gave you the answer.
Well, yeah.
Clearly, we know what that pork chop loving is. Mm-hmm.
Well, Chingy must have left a lasting long impression on me as a child. The fact that bar is still stuck in my head, and I'm almost.
You just rattled it off.
You know, like it was nothing.
Hilarious.
All right, Miss Amy, what were some of your favorite moments from season 3?
So I think my favorite episode, I mean, I liked the B Wills episode. Actually, the episodes that everybody picked were some of my favorites. But I think one of the ones that I thought was really good was the spring break episode, the crossover episode with the Drunk Ucks podcast. First of all, I was the sports trivia champion of that episode, so I was happy about that. But no, I just thought that it was a cool vibe. It was cool to mix our two platforms and be able to do mud talk sports type stuff. And so that was my favorite episode. And then one of my favorite moments, there was a lot of favorite moments. I think all the bloopers were mine, but we'll show you those over the summer. But I think my favorite one was when the R&B legend, Mr. Charles Wright, the Express Yourself guy, told me that I can come be in his next music video and be his video vixen. Yeah. So when an R&B legend tells you get to go be in the music video, I'm waiting for the call. Mr. Wright, just let me know.
Shout out to the Drunk Unks, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, thank you guys for coming on and being a part of season 3.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out their podcast. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into some of Miss Amy's favorite moments from season
3. F all the people who wake up late and be rushing you to go to work. Like every day I wake up, I'll go to work late, my damn self. So F yourself. I'm not the person driving up in your damn bumper with 5 dents in my car. So I'm not the drive this motherfucker. They be waking up late, want to drive all behind you fast with tent. Like, bro, you don't got to drive behind me fast. I'm already late. We already late, bro.
Are you a slow driver?
Huh?
Are you a slow driver?
No, I just don't. I don't rush. I'm not rushing to go anywhere. Like, I'm not rushing.
But I am.
I got a sports car.
But I am. So when I'm behind you,
if I'm going to be late, I'm doing the speed limit. Like, if the speed limit 45, I might do 50.
If you got a sports car
might do 50. Like I'm not.
You need to get your sports car card rejected.
And you got a sports car. I drive a Jeep.
When I go around you, I'm like, bitch.
Hey, I hate your type. Oh man, so I changed my whole idea. Everybody that drives like Terrence Cole, man. Everybody that's it right. Yeah,
that's the slow drivers.
That's the slow drivers for
when
sure.
I'm trying to get to work and not get
Especially
written
if you
up.
drive a sports car. F you.
Like I'm doing like if it's 50, I'm gonna do like 60. Like I'm not about to.
No, you've raised this. You just went up.
I did.
Sure,
but there's no reason to go on 80 down Glendale. There's no reason.
It is.
80 down Glendale's crazy.
You may not be in a restaurant. I got somewhere.
Don't be on the left lane if you're not gonna be driving.
Get your ass up early.
Get your ass in the right hand lane.
Get your ass up slow.
Get your ass in the right hand lane.
You know what? No, I feel like you're driving. I could be on time, and behind you, I'm late.
I'm
now.
gonna be late.
Yes, because of you.
Right.
And then the thing is, it's not even about being late. It's like, damn, I don't want to be later than what I'm supposed to be. So if I gotta be at work at 7:30, I'm like, okay, I can get there at 7:35. But because of you, now I'm getting there.
I budgeted donut time to stop, and now you've ruined that.
Now you fucked up my whole McDonald's stop and everything. Damn, like, I was about to get a big muffin and everything.
So this is the first. So you released this single, and you released another single. What was it? The Doing It for the Flow.
Doing it on the flow.
Doing it on the flow. And I actually watched that video. You were having so much fun in that video.
Everybody doing it. They doing it on the floor. Everybody doing it. They're doing it on the floor.
I was like, I want to be on that video with you. You look like you were having a blast.
But next time I'll give you a call.
Yes, I want to be in a music video.
Yes.
Nobody's let me do it yet.
We've had a lot of music artists on the show, and Miss Amy's goal is to be in a music video.
Yes.
With the money phone.
Well, I don't even need a money phone. You were having a good old time. People dancing around. He was doing it on the flow.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun song.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That makes it worthwhile.
Yes.
All right. Well, Miss Amy, what you feel about those moments for season 3?
I mean, I thought it was a good the Drunk Gunks. It was a good vibe. I mean, clearly we need T Cole to drive a little faster.
Yes. T Cole, if you're watching, drive faster.
Drive faster. Do not make us late. We do not like that at all. And then, secondly, I think I just he was a legend. We got to interview an R&B legend. And I thought just in general that was cool.
Yeah, and I definitely do like when people are driving slow. I definitely go around them and I'm like, bitch.
I said every
So
time
what you saw, that is me.
Every time I watch that clip, I just can visualize Ty in his car, just Big T, just driving on this, doing his bitch, just out the window. Like you're hanging halfway. In my head, you're hanging halfway out the window.
No, that's not too much. I just ride by like, bitch. Just keep going.
I get that all day long driving because I drive for a living. So people just either I'm driving too slow or they don't like the way I'm switching lanes. Like I gotta get over somehow.
Yeah. All right. So we have DL Styles' best moments. So he could not be here today.
Yes.
So what does he have going on today?
So today it sounds like he has his final showcase with the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Jacksonville. And so he had a really big event going on with them because his business has partnered with them to do shoes with their kids. So he's at the big event tonight.
Yeah, so
and we're supporting you. So
all the way to Jacksonville, we see you doing big things, DL Styles, and we cannot wait to have you back with us.
Yes.
Here in the studio. But he was able to send some of his best moments for season 3. So we're gonna go ahead and tap into that.
So do you want me to tell you a little bit about what he said? Because he had given me some. He said his favorite episode, which I get it, was with his brother and sister. And so it was a really good episode. And then his favorite moment was, I think, what he's gonna play and repeat for the entire summer, which is how he loves how I say a specific word.
Yes. So all right, let's go ahead and get into this moment and we'll be right back.
Yes. So, what if I told you, imagine walking into an institution where you felt welcome. And when you walk through the doors, you feel like anything you put your mind to, you can accomplish. A place where everyone is family, a place where everyone knows your name, a place where the environment does not dictate how you carry yourself, and a safe zone that is respected by everyone in that area. And what if I took it a step further and told you that the individuals who created this utopia is well-versed, African-American, in their mid-30s, with the credentials to match as a true educator, and built this institution brick by brick? Y'all give a big mug talk welcome to my dogs, my partners, and most importantly, my brothers and sisters, Dr. Tashley and Dr. Calvin Burney.
There we go.
You know what? You make. If I was to like somebody was like to guess, I would probably say like "do or die, do you" or something like that.
Do what?
Yeah, it's probably not for her.
Not for me.
Yeah. No.
What is that?
It's a record. It's a really, really dope record.
Yeah, with Twista.
It's called.
Oh, Twista.
Yeah, he's on. He's.
Can you say that again?
He's on. Stop, y'all.
Twista again.
Did you say?
Hey, you gotta say Twista.
That's that.
You gotta say Twista again. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
that
trying to be
ASMR
well.
shit.
You gotta say
No,
please.
I feel like you're
Go
making
for
fun of my white girlness. You are making fun of my white
You have
girlness
got
right
to
now.
say Twista
No.
again. Why do white girls say Twista like that? Please say it again.
And also, that's on my playlist. Okay, moving on. And I feel very isolated as a white girl in my ability to say the word. I'm not saying it for your pleasure. I'll tell you what, Craig. I'll whisper in your ear later.
There you go.
I'm gonna whisper you some of that later.
Yeah.
We gonna
Just for a second here. This is a serious white people thing. The problem is this, girl. This is actually legit. I can't say things that have an A on the end and sound normal. I go through this a lot with my little brother. He'll be like, "Hey, can I have a doll with an A?" I'm not even gonna say a dollar. And I'll be like, "A dollar?" He's like, "Say it with an A." I'm like, "I'm not. I can't. This is a problem. I can't say things with an A on the end because it sounds horrible."
I think it's just genuinely when you say it unsuspecting of
Right,
the
when
A
it just
coming.
came out.
The way it was the combination of how you say your T's and the A, and that was like it was wild.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That white girl really jumped the fuck out.
What's
Ooh, yeah, Miss Amy.
I know some of our viewers get confused and ask if I'm really a white girl, and I just had to remind everybody that I am actually a certified white girl because I cannot say things that have an A on the end at all.
So, what's the word again, though?
I'm not saying that. You gotta go watch you gotta listen to the show over and over again.
And it was that white girl jumped.
It really did.
She was like, "Oh, Twista."
No, people after that clip, he's like, "I'm gonna clip that." And I think I'm like when I'm playing songs, I'm gonna be like featuring Kanye and then I'm gonna drop it. I'm sure you are.
That is hilarious.
For sure.
Well, in case you guys are watching, we just had Miss Alexis Sims, who we just saw on the show last week. Biggest Boss is here. What's good, Lex?
I just popped in because I had to say final show of the third season.
Yes.
I could not miss this.
We're so glad you're here.
Come in and say hey to my people. I'm just stopping to say hey, Ty. I appreciate you so much for your time in Many Faces Podcast Studio.
Thank you.
If you don't understand the role that Ty plays here, he is the go-to guy. Like, if you are talking about how you gonna figure out your cut, Ty is the song. How do I put the words with the video? How do I make a little clip? I want an intro, Ty. And then they said after Ty made the intro, he said, "Well, I need an outro too now. Now, Ty, I need you to go back and make an outro." Ty has been so patient with every show that has been in the studio. Many Faces Podcast Studio was just created as a blessing after the pandemic. And when I say we went from being blessed, we started off with Chris, who handled everybody. And then when Chris left, I was like, well, the podcast studio, it'll just be me in here saying things. Ty came in and was like, no, we're going to get some other shows in here. We're going to help everybody. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. It's all been in his control. He's interviewed everybody just to understand the role that we are truly playing in here. There's no we. It's a he. Ty was making sure everything happened. He aligned the people to get in here. He made sure they was able to get into the studio. And please respect his time, because if he got to get in the group message and you're not respecting his time, shout out to Big T. We had several people like, I'm not calling him Big T. I'm like, he's definitely Big T at Many Faces Podcast Studio. So call that man
Big T, if that's what he wanted to be
Put some
called.
respect on his name.
Yes.
Respect on
Yeah.
his name. He definitely came and made Many Faces Podcast Studio his baby, and we just truly appreciate you, Ty. And shout out to the Mud Talk Podcast team members. Look, he added some members, y'all. Look, I was like, Ty, now how is this going to work with you delegating tasks? I need you to quit doing everything. And Ty finally listened. Was it halfway through the season?
Yeah, season 2. Yeah.
About halfway through, he listened. So when I say to watch him come in and with his cape on and be like, I'm handling everything, then after a lot of coaching sessions that we had after shows, and I'm like, I
conversation.
think you should allow others to jump in. And he finally opened up and started allowing delegation of tasks. If you have Ty on your team, you got a real one. And Many Faces Podcast Studio definitely appreciate you, Ty.
Yes, that gets a bomb over there. Where we at, Red?
About to make me
Oh yeah, here. You want me to throw it at you? I'll just throw you the whole box. I'll hold it. Yeah. Oh, I should, along with the baby onesies, so you can have. We have baby onesies. Did you know that?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
On our merch store. So we figure when they take them home from the hospital, they can just wear that.
For sure.
Yeah.
We can interview them live from the crib.
Absolutely. Great segment. Season 4, live from the crib.
Just wanted to make sure I said thank you, Ty. We appreciate and what a great finale to season 3. Y'all have a good one. I'm out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Whew, man.
You gotta give Big T a moment here. Yes.
Man, listen, now I got No, but man, being at Many Faces has been a journey over these last 3 years?
2.5, yeah.
2.5, 3 years. If you go back and watch some of the older seasons, season 1, definitely, especially like starting episode 7 when we came here, and you can just see the progression from the camera angles to the lighting to our mics to our segments to our transitions, and just like even our topics that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like we have grown so much. And Lexi was giving me my flowers, but I have to give her hers because she didn't have to even allow this to happen.
Yeah.
And so because of Many Faces, podcast studio, we've been able to chart on the charts multiple times. We have a merch store now. We have a following. We have people who see us out in the community. Like it's just crazy to be a part of such an amazing journey. And I would have not rather have do it
with anyone else.
But with Lexi and Many Faces Podcast, and of course the team too, because at the beginning it was just me and Shay. And we had Amy, and we had Red, and we had Cecile Styles. Like this thing has really grown to such another level, and I cannot wait for season 4. We got some big things popping.
Absolutely.
But shout out to Lexi for stopping by, man.
Yeah.
That was super.
All right, so we got one more. So Shay, Renee, what was your favorite? What was your favorite episode and moment?
Yeah, so my favorite episode was an episode with CL Styles, of course, and then I would say my favorite moment was the discussion about the gooch. That was just so hilarious to me, and even going back watch it like to this day, like when I go back and rewatch it, I just die laughing.
And before and after this clip is hilarious. So if you have not watched this, it's our pregame.
Yeah.
It's when there is nothing scripted. We just go in and there's whatever comes out of the mouth comes out of the mouth. And the clip right before that, you were talking to somebody must have wronged your North Face with their crusty hands. And
that's the guy I was happy he left for the date.
So
I said,
you can hear all about the crusty hands and how the hand thing started.
Yes,
so yes. And then another episode with CL Styles was his second time here before he was a host. I think that was the show we announced that he was going to be on the as a host. That was our Hot Topics episode. So you're going to see one of the hot topics that we were kind of talking about.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Selling it.
Yeah. So it would all be a felony
it would
charge.
be a misdemeanor. You like carrying it, but selling it, you get a felony.
Okay.
Yeah. How you know?
I just know.
I feel like he's a smart man. He's a business owner, educated. He's a college person.
I am.
You probably learned that when you filled out your FAFSA.
I did.
See? Why is your face all red? So what do we think? Do we think that we should lift it and allow people to get student loans now that it's out there?
I feel like if you were convicted by the government for selling weed, that means you was doing some big time stuff.
and you, no, we can't rock with that.
But I've served my time and I'm out of jail, and does that mean I have zero ability to improve
And
the rest of my life?
legal, they're gonna be selling it. So why?
Yeah,
but who's to say that you won't get your FAFSA check and re-up?
You know what?
You could do that.
There's a lot of people that get their FAFSA check and re-up on a whole lot of non-educational expenses.
Yeah, but they're not out here selling weed and getting them.
So there's no reason that people need to sell weed when it's legal. That's what the weed shops are for.
Well,
There's
not if it's illegal in your state.
There's about to be a lot of people
because we were definitely going to Michigan.
Well, right.
I'm just saying, and getting
who's we?
Okay.
What?
Don't try.
And I will.
We, as in the citizens of Ohio.
The Ohio citizens that were using that as a
Yes, whatever they do in their
method to
spare time, you know, feel me? But I mean, yeah,
So you think that they shouldn't have the ability to change their life and
I think
improve?
if you served your time, I think if you served your time for it, I think that you now have the option to be able to better your life if you want to go to school.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
people change.
yeah, and people do change, but maybe you can get like a certain amount, and then if you do good in school and you stay good and clean and out of trouble, then we can, you know.
First of all, look at people's hands. And if I'm going to be talking, where is that hand going to go?
Yeah.
And if you got crusty ass nails, what's
dirty
underneath there?
fingernails?
Dirty fingernails, crusty bubble wrap hands, whatever you said. Like,
why do you have to go like this?
All I can imagine is these crusty ass, nasty nails just touching bodies.
If they nails ain't clean, they PENIS ain't clean.
Why'd you spell that?
I was thinking under the balls, but okay.
Oh,
God. You know the crack is right there, and the juices that
all of that. Watch all of that. The gooch.
There's a lot.
Watch the gooch.
I like that one.
Watch the gooch.
I don't know what your gooch is, but my mouth is watering.
If you
There's
want
a
me
lot
to tickle
happening.
it,
The gooch is the spot between the balls
dick and the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you never tickled a gooch?
No. Oh my goodness.
Well,
for the record,
did you ever answer that question?
I said I wasn't going to answer it because at the time my daughter had found some sort of backdoor way to follow all of our videos, and I blocked her since. So yes, Shay, I have tickled some gooch.
Some gooch? Gooch? Wow. I was waiting for the S on the end, so I'm glad you just made it singular.
Yes, I don't do. There's not two gooches at once. You can't. Can you imagine trying to tickle two at once?
Not gooch.
No, not at the same time.
Two hands, I guess. They're a gooch hand. I don't know.
We just want to make sure you didn't say gooches.
Gooches.
Yes.
No, I did not say that.
Like you're a frequent gooch flyer.
You're a frequent goocher.
If you're a frequent gooch flyer, you know what? Everybody's got their thing. I'm not a frequent gooch flyer.
Wow. That sounds like an insult. Like calling someone a gooch.
Where did the liquor come from?
Who you calling the cootie queen? You gooch liquor?
You gooch liquor?
Who you calling the cootie queen? You gooch liquor? I am going to use that.
You're going to use that tonight. I already know what's happening.
Right, did you know that motherfucking gooch liquor?
Gooch liquor over there is playing that music.
That gooch liquor over there is getting on my goddamn. I am using it.
Yeah, you are. Please make sure I'm there when that happens. I will film it. Yeah, that's frequent gooch flyer liquor.
Oh man. Well, that was some of our favorite moments from the best of season 3. And that was just some. That ain't even all the
No,
hilarious
you got to go back and rewatch and do your
Yes.
own homework.
Go follow us on all of our
hilarious
social
moments.
media. Facebook at Mud Talk Podcast. It's just Mud Talk Podcast on Facebook.
Yes, Mud Talk Podcast on Facebook and Instagram is Mud
It's
Talk.
at 419 Mud Talk 419.
Yes, and on TikTok is
And-
on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. And if you go to the Instagram and the link tree on that, you can find Mud Talk literally everywhere that it exists in this cyber universe.
Absolutely.
So go find all those. Go watch the clips. We'll post more this summer.
Yep, because we got some summer exclusives that are going to be coming soon.
Yeah.
So make sure you tap in with that. Just because the weekly show is done doesn't mean we're not going to do summer exclusives. We're just wrapping up the season. But we're going to be bringing y'all some hot shit.
Definitely got plenty of events to attend. So
Hot Wife Summer.
Yes.
you guys will get the backstage pass.
All right.
Well, to the event.
I was like, what are we? Will there be any gooch licking? I'm kidding. She didn't answer. She got real quiet. Did you see that? She was like,
Not gooch licking backstage.
What happens in Vegas?
We'll stay in Vegas.
Even
but it'll
licking.
be a time hat. Just know that.
What she said, what I do with this gooch is none of your business.
Period.
It's ordained by God.
Oh my son.
God said you can lick some gooch.
Absolutely.
Just one gooch.
I didn't realize that.
Lick some gooch. God said she can lick a gooch.
She can lick his gooch.
Yes.
Yeah. I belong to a gooch already.
My gooch. You can get him to get a tattoo.
The gooch is taken for it.
Shay's gooch.
Spoken
with an arrow. I like it. Let's go to the tattoo shop.
All right. Well, before we get up out of here, we got one last thing we got to do. We've been holding this
yes.
month long.
Yep.
This is what we like to call, little segment called Fuck Your Feelings, or FYF. And so this is where you either can say fuck somebody's feelings, you can forgive them, or you can forget them. So it's not necessarily just fuck them. You can forgive them.
We can do any. That's why we just say F.
FYF.
So whatever you feel is the necessary F that you need to do.
So, Shay.
Fuck your feelings if you feel like you need to double team somebody to win an argument. Period. Fuck your feelings if you always gotta find a problem every situation to cause drama. Fuck your feelings if you that family member that sit at the barbecue and talk about everybody. Fuck your feelings and please play where it's safe.
This is very loaded. We need to go back. Can we go back to the first F your feelings? So the first one was, like F those.
Because it's those people who feel like, oh, because that such and such has a problem with you, now I have to find a problem. Fuck your feelings. Like, get a life. Find something better to do. Like I said, play where it's safe.
Yeah.
However you want to take it.
Miss Amy, you got FYI?
After that.
I think you did it all for us.
I like
Fuck your feelings if you feel like the rules don't apply to you.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings if you feel like you special.
Wow. She's going all in. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you and Ice Cube need to go into that diss track together. You guys do the whole album, just all the Fs.
Fuck your feelings if you miserable with your life. Don't come over here hating on mine. I'm happy here, okay?
Very true.
Fuck your feelings if you don't respect people's boundaries.
Yes.
Big fuck your feelings.
We F that a lot.
We F that a lot.
Yes.
I could keep going on and on, but
we'll come back.
We'll come back around.
I'm gonna leave it there. Fuck your feelings if you just don't like people for no reason.
And Shay just said, I'm not even going to the other two Fs. We're all that one.
Ain't no forgiving or forgiving.
She said,
I'm gonna forget you in a heartbeat.
She's like, it's all three.
Forget the fuck out of you.
You don't deserve forgiveness.
All right, what you got?
Well, I have a few. They're not that serious, but I was gonna say F all the people that do something kind with the full intention of putting it on social media to brag about the things they're doing that are kind. I don't know, over the last couple of weeks, it's just really bothered me. I'm like watching these people post a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, and when you're doing things like that, like the people that you're helping, that you're taking pictures of, they don't want that. Like, that's terrible. So F you if you do that. Stop it. Go help people out of the kindness of your heart. You do not have to social media that.
Especially if you're gonna do something for somebody to throw it back in your face.
Correct.
Fuck your feelings.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to say that from deep down.
That was yes. Yes.
Would you type in all caps?
Big caps.
I was all caps.
All caps.
She didn't even let go of the shift key.
Ooh, this is therapeutic.
I like this. This should be like a new type of therapy that I implement.
We
should
just do a whole show.
Oh my gosh. I think we could be there all day.
We probably could.
And don't forget to drop y'all's in the comments.
Yes, please put your FYFs in the comments and we will read them on
Can I go with another social media one while we're at it?
Yeah.
This isn't really an FYF, but it's kind of an F. Like F all the people that post pictures on social media. Like that's why we have social media, and then put, oh, it's just a photo dump. Don't look at it. I hate the word photo dump. So F you if you use it. Because it's like, oh, your pictures they're good. Like that's why we're here on social media. You don't have to make an excuse. Love your life.
I think photo dump just means like I'm just dumping.
I know, but I think it started with people are just like getting annoyed that people post stuff. And like I will celebrate all of you. I love when people post their life. I will celebrate everything. And when you feel like you have to say the word photo dump because you feel like you're annoying people on social media, get those people off your social media. They're not your people.
There you go.
True.
Facts.
You know what? Fuck all the people who record people or take pictures of people just to post them on social media and talk shit about them.
Yes.
I don't. What the fuck for? You know what I'm saying? So like, especially like when you don't even know that person, so you like take a picture, and this never happened to me, and quite frankly, I wouldn't give a fuck. But there are some people who
people driving by like bitch.
And he hasn't mean appreciate it. But no, there are people who go out here and you just randomly take a picture of somebody's feet, or they bent over and you might say butt crack, whatever. You take a picture and then you post that shit on social media, and then it gets tons and tons and tons of shares. So fuck all the people who are grown as fuck and you're still cyberbullying.
And you know what? It's because they think
normally the adults who cyberbully, that means their fucking kids are cyberbullies.
Absolutely.
That screams insecurities to me.
It does.
Like, you're not, again, you're miserable with your own life. You're not happy. So you have to find somebody else to dump on. Fuck your feelings.
Yeah. Yes. I actually feel like too, some of it is that people have they think this just giant, like we're going to be an influencer. So if I'm going to be an influencer, I have to make my influencer name by picking on other people. Because I think a lot of it is like, oh, let me put this on whatever your platform is, just so I can get laughs and likes and make money off this, and people will share it and I'll go viral. Yeah. And that's just to other people's expenses. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't listen.
If you're not good enough on your own to go viral, then you don't deserve
it. Can happen to you any day.
Absolutely. Or your kids or your family.
And then you get mad because now you the butt of somebody else's joke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that shit wasn't funny when you was on to somebody else. Don't do that shit.
Oh, and trust me, karma's a bitch, because a happy hoe ain't hating, but a hating hoe ain't happy.
Hello. Karma always comes back.
Comes back around
for sure.
I wouldn't really say fuck these kind of people, but maybe like
just one of the F's.
Just one of them. Maybe a P. Pray for you.
Where's that?
Like all the people who handle things on social media. I feel like if you have a conflict with somebody, call that person, text that person, inbox that person. I don't like when people go live or you make a status about somebody or doing whatever the case may be. To me, that shit is whack. And I feel like as adults, we should be able to have some fucking kind of conflict resolution skills.
Yes.
And I actually said this to somebody one time, and it was like, did you just say conflict resolution skills? I'm like, yeah. It's like, I haven't heard that shit in a long time. That's the fucking problem. Because we are adults. Just because as an adult, we may not call it a conflict resolution, you still learn how to handle shit like an adult. So getting on Facebook and like, at Shay Renee, I see you was out here talking shit. Like, no, like go ahead and inbox her. Text them, call them.
Because you might be taking it the wrong way and don't even know it.
Exactly. But you, instead of you calling that person and texting them, you decide to make a whole status. Now you're there for the people. Now everybody's commenting and getting to you and figure out what's going on. So now you done made a situation that could have been cleared up real quick. Now you done made it some beef.
So much worse.
So
and there's other people involved now because now other people know about it.
And to piggyback off that, you never know what a person's going through. So again, like we spoke on in the show, have that grace instead of just assuming your feelings are the only feelings that matter. Like I said, you never know what somebody's dealing with.
Right.
So before you going off about a way you may feel about a subject, you might want to figure out what mental space that person is in. And if you're not mature enough to do that before you just jump down somebody's throat, fuck your feelings.
Yeah.
Well, and my last FYF was F all the people who don't have any desire to learn about or understand where others are coming from. That was mine. Just you just jump right in.
Yeah, that was huge.
Because if you understood, then you would know. You would be posting things and you would take it up with them privately. Or just have some grace and empathy.
Yeah.
You don't always have to address everything.
This world lacks a lot of compassion. Nobody has that for each other anymore. And it's just, even with like the road rage, like if maybe I'm looking at GPS and forgot to get over at a certain time, and you could have compassion and let me, it's not just, everybody's thinking about themselves.
And that's really where we were just talking about this earlier. I was talking with Unique after her Girl Talk show. And we were talking like post-pandemic, people suck.
Yes.
Like people have really lost their fucking minds post the pandemic. During the pandemic, it was like, let me be here for you. Let's be safe. How can I help you? And then before then, it was like everybody was kind of a vibe. We all was enjoying life. But once we got the fuck back outside, it's like everybody has lost their shit. And it's gotten worse.
It has.
I mean, people, and especially this, fuck all the people who are dickheads and assholes at the grocery store.
Yes.
Like,
man, I've had like 7 FYF on that one.
Fucking grocery store. And me and Unique and I was talking, like, this is the reason why people do ClickList. This is the reason why people do Instacart. This is the reason why people, instead of going to the mall, they just go buy their shit off of Amazon. Because people legit, like, you want to go to the mall and shop and have a great experience, but then you got some assholes who just mess it up for everybody.
Yes.
So now my nice little experience I was supposed to have at the mall, now I don't even want to come no more.
And now I don't want to bring my kid because I'm worried that if I'm there with my kids, some other stuff's going to happen. And Yeah.
Oh, and fuck all the people that when you try to tell them that they've done something wrong, they get attitude with you.
Right.
Yep. Me and Unique was just talking about this earlier. She went to a graduation today, and this lady like elbowed her grandson while she was holding him, and she said something, and the lady got mad at her for saying something. Like, you just knocked my grandbaby silly, and now you're mad because I told you what you did.
People hate accountability.
Yes, they do.
For sure.
Fuck off.
You know what? Fuck your feelings if you feel like you demand respect, but you don't have to give it.
Exactly.
I don't care how old you are.
They clock it.
It's respect is not earned, it's given.
Yes.
We're given.
Yes.
Yeah. You know my other fucking feelings is too. Fuck all the people that if I say something to you nicely twice, and then the third time you do it again, you get mad at me because I turn up on you. Fuck you. How many times I'm supposed to keep telling you nicely to stop doing something? So I done told you 9 times nicely to stop doing it, but now you mad at me because on the 10th time I tell you to stop fucking doing it. Now you mad at me.
Right?
No, fuck you.
And honestly, you're only gonna get 2 times of niceness out of me. I'll say it twice just in case you didn't hear me the first time. But after that, it's not gonna come out nice.
Fuck it.
Once it's cool, twice is a friendly reminder.
Yeah.
After that, of course, yes, my voice is gonna elevate, and I'm gonna say it with my chest. You heard me the first time. Since you didn't, I'm gonna say it a little bit louder. And fuck your feelings if you feel like you want somebody to watch your kid, but can't nobody say nothing to that kid. Fuck your feelings and keep your kid at home.
That part. Antoine said people don't like people anymore. The friendliness has diminished since the pandemic because everybody was forced to stay away from it. I think part of that is true.
We lost our social skills for a little bit.
We definitely lost our social skills.
And social media doesn't help.
That part too.
No.
But I also think during the pandemic, those people who are assholes in public, they didn't take the time to really self-reflect and do some work on themselves. It was in the house for 3 years. Like, that was more than enough time for you to sit back, reflect, and really get yourself together. Because one thing that I have learned, especially recently, some people will make themselves look real good on social media, but in real life, you suck.
I would say like you are all of us kind of have that like social media persona, and then there's some people some
people who will make it seem like Mother Teresa.
Oh, for real. And then you see them in real life, and you're like, I know you outside of here.
Like, we should take you to the dumpster.
Yes.
So fuck all
the
that.
dumpster.
Well, I think sometimes I think
take you out with the trash,
right?
Like, no, but yeah, fuck, like, yeah, but I get it. Like, during the pandemic, people were kind of away, and some people have learned, like, I like to deal with people. I like to fuck
because people like drama. So fuck your feelings if drama is something you just love to end your day with.
That's crazy.
Well, I was gonna say, going back to the pandemic, I think part of it too is that people they had to face themselves and they didn't like it. So it's easier to go focus on everybody else because then I don't have to focus on what I'm seeing inside, because it allowed a lot of time for self-reflection and self-care and time and being around yourself and not the drama. There wasn't a lot of drama, so the people that are drama filled don't know what to do with their time.
You know, I don't even say fucking feelings to this, but I'm gonna just say forget you. Forget all the people that every time we hang out, we ain't got a drink. Like, if I want to go to, if I say, hey, come over to the house, I'm like, damn, you got something to drink? Yes, some water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like we have just gotten to a point in our society. And I'm not saying I enjoy a good drink now.
It don't always have to be.
But it don't always have to be a turn up.
Yeah.
And so, you know, just forget all the people. Especially me, because I'm getting older. I'm recognizing with myself, like, sometimes, like, damn, like, I just want to chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's you come over,
watch a
movie, or let's catch up. You ain't got to come over like, damn, Ty, you got some wine? No, I don't have that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, I noticed that as our culture has evolved, you know, I guess we want to call it liquor culture. I guess at this point, like, everything is about getting a bottle and doing this and doing that. And don't get it twisted. I'm enjoying a good drink. I'm probably going to not leave here.
Yeah.
Feel me? But guess what?
It's a time for
I also know during the day that I can go to Miss Amy's house or I can go to Shay's house, and we can just go and just shoot the shit. And I'm not asking you, you know, for wine or Tito's or whatever the case may be. So no shade to people who do it.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, there's just other shit to do.
Yeah. Well, I was making plans with a friend, and I was like, well, can we, you know, you want to hang out? It was last weekend because I had a long weekend. And they were like, well, I don't know, like, what bar do you want to go to? And I was like, honestly, we can go for a walk at the park. Exactly. Like, let's go for a walk. Why don't we even have to go to a bar if you don't want to go to, because it's a friend that doesn't even really drink that much. I'm like, I don't need to drink. Let's go sit out at a pool. Like get me some water and I can sit there and drink some water and lay out by the pool and go swimming, and that's fun.
Right.
Yeah, like one time, like I remember I went over to Shea House and we legit sat and played Uno, dominoes, and spades.
Yeah.
It was very no liquor involved. Then it was like way after we was like, all right, so what we doing after this? But at least for that 3 hours,
you had time to
we was just kicking it. It wasn't alcohol.
Right.
And so I just feel like as we get older, as adults, there's other shit to do.
There is, and there's a lot of stuff you can do. And you don't have to go to somebody's house expecting them to feed you alcohol. If you want to go and have a movie night and you want wine, bring your own. That doesn't mean they have to drink with you. And bring some candy because it's not like Sour Patch Kids. Yeah.
And as parents, if you make differences between your kids and play favoritism, big fuck your feelings.
That part.
I mean, it depends on the day. My kids are always like, who's your favorite? I'm like, it just depends on the day. You guys are all my favorites.
Antoine said the pandemic also made everyone drink more because we couldn't do anything else. No public activities were allowed. But you're right. What's considered fun has changed in the past few years.
I agree with that.
That fucking part. And I'm gonna say this. The reason why I have known that Antoine is right and this has changed over years is because I can say, hey, who want to come play cards tonight? And you'll get like 3 people respond. As soon as I say, who want to go to Put in Bay, you get 25 people respond back. Or if I say like, oh, hey, this just happened to me recently. I just posted on like, I didn't even post I was having a party, but I shared the status. It said like patio drinks, whatever. And you know, everybody commented, all the other stuff. But if I say like, who want to play cards now? Who want to play Scrabble tonight? They like, yeah, no. So fun for us as adults, unfortunately, it has changed. Like, what happened to just being able to have your friends over, you play cards,
have a good conversation sober,
food, had a good conversation, even if drinks aren't involved, cool. But every day don't have to be we're going out to the bar, to the club, getting a bottle and doing that. So like us as adults, I guess the pandemic thing is true, but as adults, like this other shit.
Bottles are expensive.
Hello, they have gone
way up,
way the fuck up.
The whole world has been inflating. So
was
cheaper at home.
Was this your party that I told you I was going to bring my famous potato salad with raisins? Yeah, I'm just playing around. I don't actually make that.
We'll keep that.
I don't make that. I would never make that.
I was gonna keep it in the trash.
Yeah, I wasn't. You know what? I wasn't even gonna bring it or make it. But I will bring my I'll bring my cheesy potatoes that you love. Don't even act like you don't.
I do love those cheesy.
You liked my mac and cheese too. Like all sorts of seasonings.
Yes. So, but all right, y'all. Well, anybody else with any more FYI?
I don't know. I'm like, it's hard for me because the sun was shining today. It's a good day. It's summer. I'm just having a hard time effing anything.
Oh, I had some stuff to get off my chest.
I'm glad you did.
I love that.
It was good.
That was nice.
Yeah. I mean, I had to speak up. So
yes, I love it. All right, y'all. Well, this has been an amazing season 3. Thank you to everybody who, whether you watch on YouTube or Facebook, or whether you listen to us on any of the streaming platforms, Pandora, Sirius XM Radio, iHeartRadio, or wherever you stream your favorite podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the whole season. What are you guys excited for season 4 before we wrap this up? What are you excited?
Just the big changes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some big changes, and I'm excited now that we have we're going into season 4. So we all kind of have different roles, and we're doing a lot more getting out and finding some great guests to bring you. And just doing more merch and just going out into the community and letting Mud Talk be visible this summer. And if you see us, come say hi, talk to us, record some videos with us. If you have merch on, I will take a picture and we will post it. Every time I see, if you have merch on your baby, as long as I will block their face out. Like we can put an emoji if you don't want that. We can just show the onesie. So
yes, make sure y'all go get some merch. It's on our Facebook page, and you can also go to our Instagram page and click
the link tree.
Antoine says, when is season 4 going to start? Season 4 starts in September.
Yes.
But we are going to be doing summer exclusives. So just because the weekly show is done for the season, y'all, doesn't mean Mud Talk is done. Make sure you follow our page on Facebook as well as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and also on any of the streaming platforms. We're going to be dropping Mud Talk exclusives all summer long.
Yeah.
We got some dope interviews lined up with some dope people. We're going to go live from some events that are coming up. So we got a lot of dope stuff coming up. But what I'm excited about for season 4 is starting the season off with all 4. You know, Craig came in the middle of the season, but having an entire season with a 4-man crew is definitely going to be a vibe.
Yes.
I'm really, really, really excited. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Theo Styles too.
Yeah.
Y'all got any shout outs y'all want to do?
Are we shouting out too? My lord. Oh,
it's our season finale. We
can do whatever we want. I mean, might as well just go to all the things. Do I have any shout outs? Oh,
shout out to my daughter. This is her second season back coaching the Toledo Ducks. And I'm big excited. They're in the Old West End parade tomorrow. She has a lot going on, this summer with her team. So I'm excited and I'm proud of her at the same time. So shout out to you.
I did think of one that I meant to shout out the last show that we did shout outs, and I totally forgot. This is a terrible BFF thing to do. But happy 40th birthday to our buddy Greg.
Yeah,
he just turned 40 about a week and a half ago. So I meant that to be my shout out last time, and then my brain just forgot. So happy 40th. Welcome to my club, not theirs, mine.
Shout out to my husband. I love you, honey.
Yeah, he's been commenting and tapping. Shout out.
Did he hear all the freaky things you wanted to do and all the gooch licking? Get ready, Twan. It's coming.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So, I'm gonna say, you know what? Shout out to all the graduates, everyone who preschool, kindergarten, 8th grade, high school,
4th grade, 3rd grade.
Get that. My daughter is graduating 8th grade this year. So
my daughter also graduated 8th grade this year. So we got 2 future high school.
Yes.
So shout out to all of the graduates and shout out to just everybody for ending the school year. For those who are.
Yeah, for those of you who are, I feel your pain.
Shout out to the parents.
Yes.
And then
good luck.
Also,
have fun.
Shout out to RC if he's watching. If y'all know, Gospel and Green is coming soon. And so I'm actually super excited for Gospel and Green because I'm going to be involved with gospel.
Are you going to sing gospel music?
I'm not going to sing gospel music. I'm actually going to be one of the interviewers.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have some stuff that we're going to be doing next week. We're going to be in the studio. I'm going to be doing some interviews, all that stuff, whatever.
He's going to put a sexy voice on.
I mean, it's always.
It is. But when you do those interviews, it goes to another sexy level.
Well, I don't want to be sexy for you. So.
Well, okay. What can I say?
You just want to be gabbing for God. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. That's that voice.
But yes, but shout out to RC for Gospel and Green. It's going to be coming up in July. It's definitely going to be dope. It's a lot of dope things, a lot of dope acts that are going to be performing. If you've never been to Gospel and Green before, make sure you go.
You need to go.
The last couple of years it was at Ottawa Park, but it was just so big that they had to move it out to Mommy. I believe it's at the Lucas County Fairgrounds.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's big.
That is big.
So it was like super huge the year before.
Are there gonna be food trucks there?
There's always food trucks. Yeah.
Do they have pork chops? I'm just playing.
They have actual pork chops.
Actually, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Pork chops.
No, but that's I wanted to go the last couple of years. It just didn't work out with my schedule. So I'm hoping.
What you got?
You said what with pork chop?
We're talking about Jesus, y'all. Okay.
Jesus made pork chops.
He made some amazing pork chops.
Yes.
But shout out to RC, man. I'm super excited for the things that we're gonna be doing next week. So
that's nice.
All right. Is that it?
That's all I got.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for tuning into the season 3 finale of Mud Talk. I am Big T.
And I'm Shay Renee.
I'm Miss Amy.
And you have officially tapped in and tuned in to the hottest podcast on your airways that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion and keeps your motherfucking ears to the street.
While you grind and shine.
Have a good night, y'all, and we'll see y'all for season 4.